This one from T-Mo News. And this was kind of like I prefaced this in the beginning of the show. T-Mobile's brand is being put to the test. T-Mobile's brand is getting mud slung at it from every which way. All types of angles. Stories from July 23rd, 24th. So this is recent, about a week ago. T-Mobile reseller allegedly resells return devices as new. WTF to that, man. Sheesh, man. Scumbaggery of the highest order. T-Mobile resellers are in hot water right now as a new report reveals an unethical practice that they are allegedly doing. Previously revealed that employees at Arch Telecom have unrealistic sales targets and are being threatened to lose their jobs for not reaching sales quotas. A new reseller has recently found itself in the limelight for another shady practice. A former employee of GP Mobile has revealed that the company keeps return devices instead of sending them back to T-Mobile. These devices are then repackaged by the company and sold off as new. The report alleged that T-Mobile has already been made aware of the practice but did not intervene. Okay, so I don't know who GP Mobile is. It sounds like they're a third-party company that owns and operates T-Mobile stores. So it's not corporate T-Mobile. This is a company that slaps the T-Mobile brand on the front of the store. They wear the T-Mobile gear. They sell T-Mobile services and things like that. However, it is not a corporate T-Mobile store. It is owned by this company, GP Mobile. We got the news last week about the shady sales tactics and them attaching a whole bunch of goods and services that people don't ask for. That was, I think, Arch Telecom, I think, was the name of the company. Now you got GP Mobile doing this. It says it's important to note that this is a tip that comes from a previous GP Mobile employee, so it's possible that the company has already changed its policy. We also have to consider that this is an allegation, and T-Mobile has not released a statement on this. We'll update this article once a statement has been made. Guys, so this is where I'm going. More and more of these stories are being published online. More and more of them are being forced into people's news feeds, and they're finding their way onto websites like tmonews.com and the Mobile Report and all these other outlets. Don't forget about Reddit, which will have like 5,000 of these stories circulating from people, writing passages on their experiences. Folks that were at the stores, folks that were customers in these situations, or employees in these situations. I'm not trying to discredit any of this. So while they are allegations and these are just claims, we're seeing this over and over again. My concern is that T-Mobile knows about these things, but they're not doing anything about it. What's going to end up happening is the T-Mobile brand is going to suffer because people don't care, don't even want to know that this is a third-party retailer. To them, it's just a T-Mobile store. They can't discern or distinguish between a corporate store and a third party like GP Mobile or Arch Telecom. They don't care. They don't need to know. It doesn't impact their lives. What's happening here, though, is with a lack of oversight, a toxic sales culture, and these horrible business practices, T-Mobile's brand is attached to these things. So now people start to associate these shady practices with the T-Mobile brand. It doesn't matter that it's not a corporate store. People don't care. So what's going to end up happening is T-Mobile is going to have to become more strict, more active. They're going to have to investigate. They're going to have to look into these things to protect their brand. Otherwise, companies like GP Mobile and Arch Telecom, they have nothing to lose. Well, I mean, they could obviously lose their stores, but as a brand, T-Mobile is the one that's losing the most because these customers are going to start associating T-Mobile, the brand, with shady sales tactics, reselling old phones, return phones as new ones and passing them along to people illegitimately. The thing that really bothers me is obviously, T-Mobile's worked hard in the past to garner positive rapport with their customers. This is going to bring them, the 2 steps forward, 3 steps back. It's going to, at least in the public view, make them look bad. And we're seeing more of this, right? So we've got multiple stories in the recent news cycle of these types of things happening. And the reason why you're seeing more news on it is because it's happening more frequently. And more people are being impacted by it. We had personal friends of ours on the show here talk about these things, and we've had the articles published and we've covered them on the pod. I've made videos on them as well. I don't think this is going to change in the short term. I think there's going to be more of this. How big it gets, I don't know. But as long as there are third-party T-Mobile stores that have no oversight or regulation of it, they're just telling them sell, by all means. That's going to lead to more of this. It's actually going to get worse. And that's what I expect. I actually expect this to get worse before it gets better. And obviously, you like as a company, as T-Mobile, you want to have, you want to have independently owned T-Mobile stores thrive. You want that. They become stewards of your business and your brand. That's good. But not if it's going to come at the cost of your brand. So basically, customers are going to see commercials. Everything's better at T-Mobile. Get a great deal at T-Mobile. We treat our customers the best, blah, 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 all these things. And then they go to the store and they get played. Whether it was shady sales tactics, attachments and insurance they didn't ask for, cases that were billed to their account that they were told they were free, and then things like this. Somebody goes in for a new iPhone, they end up getting a used one that was returned. That stuff is going to catch up to them. T-Mobile has to be very careful. You built your brand over the course of the last couple of decades. You don't want to lose it because of continuous bad press and publicity like this. It really is a bad look. And maybe they don't care. Maybe it's not big and bad enough yet. But maybe eventually it catches up to them. It gets big enough and gets bad enough. And then people smarten up. Customers are like, you know what? I'm out of here. I'm going to go to Verizon or AT&T or some other company, an MVNO, maybe Mint Mobile. Part of the link is in the description. They start to explore their options. SMT Nation, it is time for me to introduce to you Aura. Give you guys an incredible suite of cybersecurity protections to keep everything that you do online safe, keeping you safe from identity theft, scams, online threats, including protections for your entire family. They offer pretty much a worry-free trial period. Obviously, the pricing is very competitive, starting at $12 per month. They've got one simple and easy app for you to use. They've got incredible features, $1 million in coverage, 24/7 expert fraud support, transparent pricing, the money-back guarantee at 60 days with a free trial, no strings attached. So with the odds of falling victim to an online crime being 1 in 4, this would change everything. Really should check them out. The financial fraud protection is worth its weight in gold. Help keep your kids protected within boundaries that you set forth for them. Proven to be the fastest, most reliable fraud alert system. And it's as simple as choosing your plan, simply setting up how you're enrolled, and then getting notified for all the things that it's monitoring. Start your free trial now. Use our link. It's down in the description, and it's also here on the screen. Aura.com/Sneed. You guys can click the URL. It's hyperlinked down in the description. And again, it's up here on the screen, aura.com/Sneed. Protect yourself from all the digital threats that's out there in the world.